Hey y'all. So it's Malachi Battle, the host and founder of WealthWise Live, and today I want to talk to y'all about starting a business, and particularly LLC filings and what all that entails. Um, so let's dive into it. So I have always wanted a business, just from being young, a little kid. And I would say, particularly in recent history, entrepreneurship has probably become a bit more popular because it is a well known fact that generational wealth can be gained from that. Right, starting your own business, there's no limit to the success that you could achieve versus traditionally working for someone, 9 to 5 or whatever type of job that you could get. And, not to downplay 9 to 5 jobs, because those are still valuable, those are essential. I myself have a full time job, but I think it's important to do things like this on the side because you're more than just that job, and that should not be the only way that you can make income. So me particularly, I have always wanted to set up several different income streams. That's been the plan of mine for a long time, since I finished school. So I initially started a business about 3 to 4 years ago. It went pretty good too, but I paused, right? School got really busy. I just did not have the time. I had some other commitments that I needed to make sure that I upheld. And so I didn't pick back up with my business until about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. And since then, I have experienced a little bit more, not a little bit, but honestly, a lot more of what it takes to start your business and ensure that you're compliant and really just kind of get that foundation set right. Um, and so I'll talk about some of the struggles that come with that. Your actual LLC filing can be a bit ambiguous if you've never done it before. Once you've done it, you realize kind of how simple it is. But since there is no like one playbook or you know free resource or any different thing like that, or of how you can do it, um, it takes some time to figure out. So I watched some videos, looked up different things, and I got the general gist of what it takes to make an LLC, but I wasn't sure if I was doing things right, if it was the right steps, if it would work. And then on the other side, some things cost money, right? Your actual filing does cost money to do, in addition to some other things. But it's not super expensive. It depends on where you are for your state. And so I went through a lot of making a document, but it not being what I needed, or, okay, well, I have this certificate and I have this filing, but I'm still not legally compliant. There's some different things that are involved with that, even down to a city level. You can file your business with the state. Doesn't mean that you can legally operate in the city or county that you are in. So there's a lot of learning regarding that. Same thing with business bank accounts, business credit, what those relationships look like at banks when you are an entrepreneur coming in the business. You have to build trust, you have to build rapport. I spent the last year consistently, depositing money into my business bank account, just to show that, hey, I'm a good steward. I should be trustworthy of credit, and I would like for your bank to give my business a chance to start business credit. Just different things like that. So there was a consistent struggle for me to learn how to do certain things. And so what I realized with that is that is incredibly valuable information. And your LLC is just the beginning. Everything that comes afterwards is really what's most important. Um, and so I've been working on a guide. This guide, it is complete at this point, but just tightening up some things about how it looks, and different things like that. This guide details, what you really need to do to get a business going beyond the filing, but all the way down to tax accounts and bank accounts and annual or biannual compliance, or local and state and county different licenses. And so I talk about that in the guide, and I also go through different steps as to how to get to that point. The guide right now is currently $50. It is on Gumroad and PayHip, so there are a couple different options that you could purchase it. Um, and I would just really like to say that I'm glad that I can share something like this. It's taken me a couple of years to learn this knowledge, to even be able to share. And it's crazy to even think about, but a couple of my friends who I've had conversations with about this have went on to start their own businesses, and they're legally compliant. They are successful, and that is what I'm looking for. WealthWise Live is all about teaching people the different things that I have learned, right? So we learn about financial literacy, and we also learn how to build different things to build generational wealth. And part of that includes starting different businesses. So I am more than happy to share this information, and I thank you for tuning in and watching this video. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.